Hey beautiful people, welcome back to creating the best, brightest, and most beautiful version of yourself series. I'm hashemoyekan and I'll be showing you guys how I create the best environment for me to become the highest version of myself in 2025. Come on, let's go. Okay, so step one, you need to create a roadmap for yourself. How do you do this, you ask? Well, write down all of the responsibilities that you have today and the things that you had in 2024. For example, what sports did you do? What line of work were you in? All the things that take up time in your day-to-day life that you absolutely have to do in order to keep you where you are right now. For example, to keep yourself afloat. That's what I mean, not where you are right now, because we're not trying to stay where we are. We're always trying to improve and elevate ourselves. But for example, you have a job, okay, you have school, you've got sports, you've got your hobbies. What are some things that you do right now that you need to have on paper so that you stay on track at all times? Alright, the next thing that you need to do, number 2, is you need to start managing your time better, because here's the thing, life is relatively fair if we're being honest. Everybody gets 24 hours in a day. Nobody gets to choose where they're born. We're all just kind of put here. So if you don't manage your time to give yourself the benefit of the doubt, to give yourself an advantage, because here's the thing, you can always say, oh my gosh, I wish I had done this, but unfortunately you didn't. So give yourself the benefit of the doubt. Say, you know what, I was just busy. Either mentally or physically. Yes, benefit of the doubt, but also don't just let yourself off the hook very easily if you realize that you start doing things almost like it's a constant pattern with yourself. If you're always lazy, tell yourself no, that's enough. The first time, it's okay, don't be hard on yourself, but after it happens one too many times, then it's like, okay, I need to get better, and it's time for you to get better, make the change. But manage your time better, because if you stay off of your phone for about 2 to 3 hours in a day and just don't get on your phone, I mean, like, wake up, and the first thing you do, go read the Bible, go read a book, go journal or something. Don't get on your phone. And get up relatively early, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 6, 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning. That's pretty early, but that's when it kind of gets late in the day. Don't get up after 8. And that's a lot coming from me, but try your best to get up before 8 if you can. And then spend the next 2 hours off of your phone. Do your chores, get ready for school, journal, read a book. Then after that, watch something motivational. Watch something that will set your day, set the pace for your day. But even after that, try and stay off of your phone as much as possible. And if you can't do that, then get something like a minimalist phone where you set it as your original launcher, so that when you open your phone, it's something as minimal as this. You don't have any icons, you don't have anything that'll have you doom scrolling, because a lot of the times when you're just bored, you go ahead and you're looking through your icons and you see Instagram, and then you click on Reels, and all of a sudden you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, or the same thing with TikTok. But if you don't intentionally go and look for TikTok or Instagram, or you don't go and type it in, you're not gonna go look for it, and you're not gonna end up doom scrolling for a very long time, unless you're just really stubborn and you're that addicted to Instagram and TikTok where you're gonna go search it up. So I would suggest you buy something. Either you buy a minimalist phone, or you download O Launcher, which is a free version, and I just changed my wallpaper to black because it looks so clean and so cute. I love it, because it's so clean. I love clean looks. Whoops, opened Life 360, not supposed to, but yeah. It's so much cleaner, and I would prefer that over any other color because, I don't know. And then also, it doesn't overly stimulate my eyes, so it's more like, yeah, it's black. Find what you need and then get off your phone. Simple as that. Um, so that's something that's really good for time management. And other than that, get a daily planner or just journal. You really don't need a planner, you can just journal. It's as simple as that. Have your goals for today, have your plan for today, journal something that's like dumb or anything. Like, honestly, just write down stuff in your journal to get stuff out of your head and onto a page. And I mean, it's as simple as even putting, oh, I gotta brush my teeth today. Put that on there too. Because simple stuff like that may seem so minute, but in the end, it's like, okay, you can check off all of these stuff and it will be motivating you to keep getting stuff done. And that's almost like, it's keeping yourself on this going streak. And even though a lot of people say delayed gratification is the best kind of gratification, if you can do stuff that's pushing you towards that delayed gratification that will keep you motivated to keep doing your stuff, then by all means, please do that. So in addition to time management, make a system where you are constantly motivating yourself to push further and dedicate yourself to more of your tasks on a daily and even hourly basis. Because you could finish with all the stuff that you had planned for today, but there's more stuff that you have for tomorrow. Don't just go sit down unless you're really tired from the day. I understand that. But if you have stuff that's planned for tomorrow, go ahead and do those today if you can do them today. Why won't you? I mean, your future self is your best friend. Treat yourself. I mean, honestly, think of your future self as if you're like they're another person and you're constantly doing things to help her improve and become a better person. As you're doing stuff that she would have done tomorrow, or let's say her yesterday, she will thank you. You will thank yourself. Quite frankly, you will thank yourself. You'll be so happy that you did that thing today and not the next day when you had free time today to do a whole bunch of nonsense. Why do a whole bunch of nonsense when you could be improving yourself? Honestly, self-improvement is so much fun. I'm not even gonna hold you, like, I don't just say things, I genuinely mean it. Like, self-improvement is so much fun. Thinking that, oh yeah, well, 2 years ago I wanted a really cool wardrobe, and I'm working towards that now. I have a job, I'm paying for my stuff. Anyways, back to what I was saying, because let me stop getting off track. Minimize what's on your phone so that you stop getting distracted, and it won't delete Instagram. It won't delete Instagram, y'all. You don't have to delete Instagram from your phone or TikTok from your phone or anything like that in order to be focused. All you need to do is make sure that you cannot see the icon, because just seeing the word won't immediately make you want to tap on it. Unless you're just stubborn and you really want to be on Instagram. I don't know how to help you at that point, but just seeing it doesn't make me want to click on it. It looks like a regular old, ooh, my notes. It looks like a regular old word. Once you stop seeing the colors, those enticing colors, you start being like, oh yeah, go look at some other enticing colors. Those other enticing colors, that red and blue, I love that blue. That's a really pretty blue. Anyways, outside of your phone, make your wallpaper black and go get yourself an old launcher. The old launcher app. Go get it. Trust. It'll help. The next thing that I'm implementing into my life is reading more. So, highlighting this book again. I'm going to be reading one rule every single week and then journaling what it means to me after I'm done reading it. So what I did not too long ago, I read law number 1 and then I wrote down why, what, and what does this cause and what to do. So why should I learn this law? Why should I implement it into my life? What would this law cause, or what will it do for me? And then I wrote down the answers that I got from assessing this book and annotating the book. And then when I'm done, I'll go back in put a little arrow next to some things, well, an arrow on a sticky note because I don't like to mess with my books. Next to something that I should keep in mind, or that I should, something that I should highlight and keep reviewing as time goes on, because you can never read a book too many times, that's for sure. Anyways, and then let's see, another thing, of course we all know this, create your vision board. But another thing you can do is, because I love creating my vision board online, it gives me so much more flexibility. But I'm also going to do something else. I'm going to create a verbal vision board. Something that's more like, not oral, so I'm not making a recording or anything. So that's already done. But you guys learn more about that in my other video. The verbal vision board is more like keeping track of what old you wanted to do and asking future you if you have accomplished that thing yet. Because if you haven't, you need to get started on it. But a verbal vision board is basically where I started this last year. Oops. Oof. It's basically where you take a piece of high quality paper, got some letters here, and I will just spell out goals and then the year, as well as different categories that I want to accomplish things in. So I've got goals for 2024 here, and I just wrote down all the goals that I had for that year. And then I wanted to do that this year, and I completely forgot that, oh my gosh, I did that last year. It's just so cool because I had the exact idea for this year. So it's just something cool that you can do to have a verbal representation of what's on your mood board, on your vision board. So I'm gonna put that in this. I love putting it in a big photo album instead of turning it into a scrapbook. It's more like a scrapbook of all the goals that I've had in my life and all the things that I have accomplished, or the things that I can still go ahead and accomplish. So I'm just going to create that, as well as creating or turning my vision board into a bingo card. Now I wanted to not only turn it into a bingo card but also an envelope, so I think I'm going to go ahead and purchase that. I created my bingo vision board on Canva, so I turned that into an envelope, and it is so cool because now I can keep note of the day that I accomplished that thing, write a little note to myself when I accomplished that thing, and put it inside the envelope, and then at the end of the year I can read it all out to myself. I think it would just be such a cool and cute keepsake, so I'm going to go ahead and order that as well. But those are a few things that I have decided to implement into my life, because what's a better way to move into 25 than to have things that you're adding into your life as you go through the days. So as I'm reading, they're gonna be new, as I enter each new week, there are gonna be new laws that I can implement into my life. As I look back on this scrapbook, I'm gonna see more things that I've accomplished and more spaces that I can add more stuff into. Because honestly, my vision boards are stuff that I'm constantly adding stuff into, and it's a lot harder to do that when you have it as pictures. So instead I have a foundational picture vision board where nothing moves, nothing is added, nothing's removed. And then I have a verbal vision board where I have just a list of stuff that I want to accomplish, and each month after I complete something else, or weekly if I complete something else, I will add another goal in there, because life is always evolving, life is always moving forward, so you're never really at the end until you fully enjoy every single thing that you've accomplished. And at this point in my life, I'm not going to be a lawyer in the next few years. So if I, for example, graduate with a great LSAT score this year, then next year I'm going to start applying to different colleges. So instead of just having study for the LSAT, receive a great LSAT score or something like that, then when I cross that out, I'll write down apply to great universities. For example, Cambridge in London. I really want to go to Cambridge. I think it would be so cool. But stuff like that, just add different. Oh my gosh, there are blank ones? Stop. Okay, let me stop. But yeah, instead of keeping it foundational, if I can add something like a new task that I want to accomplish this year instead of next year, then I will add it into my verbal vision board today, like this year. Because I'm not gonna just wait until next year just because, oh, I finished the stuff that I have for this year. If I finish all these stuff in a month, I'm adding new goals. Because clearly I didn't have enough. Because there's still gonna be stuff that I need to do next year that I could have been doing this year. Again, treat your future self like your best friend. They're going to appreciate you for it. Things that you could have done 2 days from now, do them today. It'll save you so much time in the future. And that way, in the future, you'll have more time to do stuff that is in the further future. Like in the future of the future. I don't know how to explain it. It just, yeah, makes sense. Anyways, so another thing that I like to do, I didn't do this one last year. I did it 2 years ago. And it was wonderful. I will definitely be doing this again. But starting on January 1st, get a really big calendar that'll fit a mini sticky note in the middle of each day. For days that were absolutely wonderful, put a green sticky note in the middle. And for days that were like, oh my gosh, something happened and I really wish it didn't, put a red sticky note. Write down what happened and how it could have gone differently, because if you enter a situation where the same thing comes up, you don't want to be faced with the same outcome. You want it to be different. So not only go and journal, of course go and journal, but have a visual representation of how that day went, because at the end of the year, when you see all of these green sticky notes, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, you know, I had a wonderful year. Even though there were some bad times, I still had a wonderful year. And I want to be able to see that. Personally, I want to be able to see that. Either that, or you don't even have to have it on here. You can have it in a jar on your table. And you just fill it up with all of those sticky notes. You write down a little note of the date and what happened. You fold it up and you put it inside there. Of course, not the whole thing, but you know what I mean. And just have it there as a visual representation of your joy, because the human brain tends to hold on to negative emotions and negative memories instead of the positive ones. So instead of letting your head do that, take control of your mindset and choose to see the beauty in things. Choose to keep track of your joy and your happiness and the best moments of your life. I promise you, things will start looking up from then on, because if you're focused on the negative, you're always going to be looking backwards thinking, oh my gosh, it's running after me. That's another thing that I like to use as, okay, so back to what I was saying, hold on. So you're always going to be looking backwards thinking, oh my gosh, I want to run away from these negative things so badly. But while you're running, you're not running straight ahead. You're running this way and that way, to and fro, because your eyes are meant to be in front of you so you can guide yourself. But no, you're running with your head turned backwards. That's an analogy that my friend, we were talking a few weeks ago. And he was telling me about the fact that his pastor was like, oh, I think this is how the conversation went. But from that, I took away the idea of not running away from hell, but running towards God. Because if you're focused on hell and running away from Satan and running away from temptation, you're going to be worried all the time and looking backwards, when in reality your head should be forward, focused on the Lord Jesus, because again, the path is a very straight and narrow route. Straight, not curved. So if you're running with your eyes backwards, you're gonna be veering off course. It's a very narrow path. Keep your eyes forward, keep your eyes on God, not on the things behind you. So having a visual representation of the positives is what really helps me to change my own mindset about things that I would have been so annoyed about beforehand, or that in another circumstance I would have been annoyed about, I would have been feeling bad about. And honestly, you don't want to feel like that. That's not how you should want to feel. You should want to feel, be happy. If you want to feel bad, I don't want you around me. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want you around me. You can keep that over there. I don't want you around me. If you want to feel bad, I don't know why people actually enjoy feeling bad. When I'm feeling sad, I'll never listen to sad music. It makes you feel worse. I don't get that. I don't know. No, you can keep that. But honestly, keep a visual representation of the good and the bad. Because honestly, there's so much more good in your life than bad. But when you encounter bad situations, you want to know how to avoid them going forward. That's the advice I have for you for today. And honestly, so make a verbal representation of your vision board. Of course, make a vision board. Have a giant calendar and your sticky notes, or have your mug and your sticky notes. This one has my nickname on it from one of my favorite designers that I walked for at a bridal fair. It was so fun. I mean, the food was good too. The food was good. And then of course, journal a lot more and stay off of your phone when you wake up. And minimize your screen time. Your phone time. I wanted to say phone time, but honestly, I mean, either one works. Minimize your screen time throughout the day. Your days are gonna feel so much longer. You're gonna enjoy life more. You're gonna find more joy. You're gonna find more happiness. I mean, it is actually insane how happy and how joyful I was when I was off of my phone. I got off my phone my parents took my phone for 2 months back in 2022. I finished 100 books in 2 months. I had a whole book log. I used to be such a cute little nerd when I was like 14. I just loved reading. I loved everything that had to do with books. And I still enjoy reading. I still love reading. I still love being educated. I've got all A pluses and a 5.6 GPA. I love school. I enjoy it so much. It's actually insane. But like, I kid you not, guys, when you're off of your phone, you just enjoy life so much more. You see the joy in the small things, in the big things, in everything that's around you. You see the beauty in everything that's around you. You're so much more patient with people, and you're so much more extroverted actually, because you're not swimming in the doubts that social media wants to put in your mind. So get off of your phone, get out of your phone and back into reality, because it really is that dang phone. Anyways, do y'all like my earrings? I saw them on Shein. I don't shop on Shein or anything, but I saw these. Well, I don't normally. I'm not really into that. I always thought that it was a scam for some reason, but then I saw these and they were like $2. So I was like, why not? Let me go ahead and get it. And I got it, and it was so cute and really high quality too. I also got this one necklace, a daisy necklace. So cute. Chef's kiss quality. It was so beautiful. It is very beautiful. I still have it. So I would say take the risk. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys had an amazing time listening to this. Honestly, listen to my videos while you guys are either doing what I'm talking about or doing your chores, doing your schoolwork, doing something, but don't just focus. Learn how to multitask. Learn how to multitask, guys. I promise you, it's another skill that you guys need to put in your toolbox. Honestly, I'm gonna edit this video much. I want it to be more organic and more realistic, because yes, I do stumble on my words. Yes, I do have a hard time executing what I want to say all the time, but that's the reality of being human. So I think I'm gonna leave this one as organic as I can. There are a few places where my brother came to talk to me, so I will have to cut those gaps. But other than that, I think that's it for me. Yeah. So I hope you guys had fun listening to this video, or at least understood some things that I was talking about enough for you to implement it into your own life, because the main goal here is not for you just to listen to what I'm saying, but for you to implement it into your own life. Because if you just listen to a bunch of advice and you never do anything with it, you're not gonna accomplish anything. That's just the reality of it. Again, everybody is born into a life where every single day is 24 hours and they never got to choose where they were born. Life is relatively fair. And a lot of the people that are at the top came from dirt, zero. They came from nothing and they made their way to the very top. You have no excuse. But you also have a lot of time. You have a lot of time and you have a lot of opportunities. So take that as a good thing and work. Work really hard. Anyways, bye.